Hi, I'm going to do a review of the Biolite Campstove today. This is my first review ever, so here it goes. I had a chance to take it out this past weekend and use it, and it met my expectations. Everything worked pretty nice. I just forgot to bring my video camera, so I'm going to go ahead and do a little at-home demonstration to review it today. We have here the Biolite Campstove. As you can see, this orange piece right here, this is the air circulating unit. If you look down here, there's your power button and a high and low fan option. And down here on the bottom you actually have a USB port, so if you're outside and you need to charge some batteries or a cell phone or something like that, you can go ahead and charge it via that once it maintains enough power. Here is the actual unit, and here is your fuel chamber. That's where all your biomass goes. Right here, this is an aluminum frame, and what's really nice about that is it actually cools off really fast, so if you need to pick it up while it's in use or like right after it's done burning, you can easily pick it up. Here I have my MSR Alpine 775 ml cooking pot. This is the pot I take with me when I go outdoors. It's definitely worked pretty well for me. No real complaints about it. If you read the reviews, a lot of people say this handle right here, it actually comes out of place when you tilt it sometimes. I haven't noticed that problem on mine yet, but I also squeeze it so when I pick it up, so it kind of locks those clamps in place, and so it works pretty well for me. Here I've got just some soup I found in the cupboard. I'm gonna go ahead and boil that up, and we can time it, see how long it takes, because it does have a pretty good boil time on that. Here I just have some biomass and some starter fluid, or not fluid, some starter fuel, just crumpled up newspapers, and I've got a lighter to get it all started. I do bring my Kindle out here just so once it does get to a chargeable status, we can go ahead and charge it. And I was going to use an iPod, but you can't see outside because of the screen, so at least with the Kindle you can see that it is actually charging, and I'm not just making that up. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to just crumple up some of these newspapers, put them on the bottom, and get this fire started. And then just get some small twigs here, get that in there, get it ready to go. So let's set this down real quick while I light this. Okay, so it is starting to go. Get that down so it gets everything lit up. So use this big one. So it does smoke a little bit when you get it started. Hopefully it does pick up. But once it starts going for about 10 seconds, you go ahead and just depress the button here. That'll start the first fan, which will kind of get your flames going. Might have to put a little too much wood for starters, but once it kicks up, we'll see it. There we go. So now we got our flame going, and as you can see, it is on low heat right now. I guess it's not too clear, but that one orange light means low heat. Let me peel this back. So once that turns completely green, you can actually start charging products on it. Once your fire is going, yes, you can see it's starting to vortex a little bit. We can turn it to high. So now it is actually on high, and your flame is going. It's getting started right here. So I'm going to go ahead and open the soup and stick it in to the pot. Alright, so I got my scoop cord up in here. I'm going to go ahead and set it on top now. And something that they mention is you always want to line up your handle with one of the side frames there, just because that is where the flame will not come out. So that way it won't burn you when you're trying to pick up your stuff. So now that the flame is going, you can take a look at the unit. Still not chargeable yet. I'm not too sure if I have a defective unit. I've noticed this while I was camping also. It didn't really light up green ever. I did condition the battery like they mentioned in the fact sheet before we got this started. But as you can see, it's a pretty hot flame. It's already starting to boil. That's like less than a minute. Get that up a little bit to disperse it. And then, since I only have twigs, it does burn through my mass pretty fast. So I'm going to have to keep feeding this. What you want to do is probably get some hardwood. That'll last longer when you are feeding it. And that way you can actually maintain a good flame size throughout the whole time. But right now, since I'm using twigs, I just have to keep feeding it because don't want it to burn out. So it's going to pick up again. We'll go ahead and put that on. Let's see if I can get a view down here. As you can see, the flames are starting to pick up again. And then this is almost coming to a boil pretty quickly. So I mean, if you have a good hardwood in there, you definitely can get it to boil really fast. And take a look at that flame. It's pretty nice, pretty good for cooking. And I did forget to bring a spoon to stir this, so I'm going to set this down and run and get a spoon real quick. Alright, so back. Let me stir this up a little bit. You can see it boils pretty fast. Let's try that again. And once again, since I do not have hardwood, I gotta keep feeding it. Usually you don't have to feed it this much. It's definitely a little more self-sufficient than this. Let's get that in there. So, you're not getting lucky here. It looks like it's not even picking up a charge yet. But hopefully shortly it will. And once that does get hot, which it seems to be doing right now, you can actually turn down the fan on it and it'll go into simmer mode right there. So it'll kind of simmer your stuff at a lower heat. As you can see, the flame will get a little smaller. And there you have it. Within like 5 minutes, get your food hot and boiling, down to simmer mode. And then let's see, still no luck with the charger, so can't really show you that, unfortunately. But let's get this off the heat here. So once that's done, what I like to do is actually, it did pop on. So there we go. See, it's all green right there. That means it's good to charge. So luckily it worked this time. Let me plug that in here for you. Well, we got that plugged in, and let's see. And as you can see there, unfortunately it's not really that clear. I don't know why. Let me see if I can turn that around. We do have a, yeah, I can't get it to clear up, unfortunately. Unless, oh, actually, maybe I can. I can zoom in. See if that helps a little bit. It does not. Let me see. But there is a charge symbol there. Unfortunately, it's not that clear, so you can't see it. So it does charge stuff up. And as you can see here, that's the green line. I don't know why all of a sudden my camera's not auto-focusing. But that's pretty much it. You know, after that, I usually just turn it to high when I want to take the flame off. And I go ahead and just let it burn out, essentially. When you put it on high, it'll burn a little faster. That way it kind of burns out. And after it's done, you can just go ahead and pour it out. You know, if there is still live ash, you can build a hole, just dig a hole and then pour water on top of it and bury it. But I'm just going to go ahead and let that burn out. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Everything seemed to work today, so you kind of got to see the whole thing. There you can see it is ready for a USB charge, and it did charge my Kindle here. So that was pretty good to see. Yeah, and that's it. Alright. Definitely let me know what you thought. My first review, definitely I know needs a lot of work, but let's leave your comments and we'll see how it goes. Alright, bye.